Shit, nope. Police right there. Shit. Better not. Woo. Fuck the police. Yep. Fuck the police. I'm just kidding, guys. Let me fucking around like that. Let me fucking around. I don't obey with all. I'm a law-abiding citizen. What's up, guys? Hey, remember I was talking shit about them guys that carry the purse for their EDC? And I was like, how can they wear that purse? I can't see myself wearing one of those to carry all your goodies. So, well, guess what I got, guys? I have to take this microphone off real quick. Bear with the noise. Let me see if I can put it right here if you can still hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. Are you ready for this? It's not a purse, fuckers. Got a strap for my water bottle. Yep, I got a carrying case for my water bottle here. It's damn hot. Sorry guys, let me fix this mic. I had to rig a magnet to it because I broke the clip. You've seen it in one of my other videos. Anyhow, I'm off to the grocery store. Hopefully this phone don't overheat because I'm using my phone because I don't have a mic yet for my GoPro. I brought my GoPro, but I don't have a mic for it. I don't really like the audio. And to me, watching a video and the audio's not, if I'm struggling to hear it, shit. Sorry guys, hold on. Forgot I just had it laying right here. Look, here it is. I'm in my wife's car, so I gotta adjust there. She's mad. And actually, let me try to get this straight. I like this one better, this car, because her dash is closer and it's flatter. Her other car is the dash is round, so I couldn't put a tripod on it. It's real close to the windshield. And that's what I was gonna say is actually, this is her new car. My wife got a new car, so I'm driving her new car today. She drove this car to work this morning, and then she got home. She was going to her other job, and her other job, since it's at night, where she parks is kind of secluded. You know, being that we live out here secluded, so she's like, I'd rather just take the old car. She was like, just in case, because it's parked out there by itself and all that, so I'll just take the old car. Okay, fine with me. She's like, you can take the cool car. Let me adjust this, guys. It's probably overheating because the screen's turning black and I'm not in the frame. I can kind of tell. Yeah, I can't see shit. It's black. That must mean it's overheating if it's turning black, right, guys? I don't know. I was gonna write it out to the stops, I guess. But back to what I was saying. This is her new car, so I'm headed to the store again to get stuff for dinner. Tonight I'm making sweet and sour pork with white rice. So I gotta go get a few of the vegetables. When I do my store runs, that's what I usually go get is the vegetables, because I like for the vegetables to be fresh. Fresh when I cook them, you know. So right now I gotta go get an onion and bell pepper. So the bell pepper, I like it fresh. So we'll give me a fresh bell pepper, a fresh onion, and then come back. I've got the pork defrosting. So once I get back, I can chop that up, start frying it up, get the vegetables going, get the sweet and sour sauce in there, get my rice going. I use a rice cooker, by the way. You know what? Maybe I'll take you guys with me tonight. Not take you guys with me, but I'll have you along while I make dinner. Just do a vlog then. I'll just call it my dinner vlog. How about that? And I hope I turn this mic on. I'm going to be pissed if I did. I hope I did. If not, this is going to be a waste of vlog. Or a waste of film. God dang it. How they used to say back in the day. Wasted film. You know, when we used to, way back in the day, I told a story about my wife using VHS camcorders to record our home videos. Well, if there was things on there that, let's just say a video, and we didn't like it, well, instead of getting rid of it, you would just rewind rewind it and then just record over it. And wait, I think you would erase it and then record over it. So, but the more you did that, the shittier the quality got. So before you know it, if you recorded over it, like let's say 3 times, 4 times, then it started just becoming real grainy and almost gray, just gray. So you can tell, man, this tape's been used a lot. I mean, I don't know how they erased it or how it was done, but yeah, you can erase those old tapes and then record right over them again. But you can only do it so many times, like I said. By the way, I am using a Samsung S24 Ultra with an external, the lavalier mic that I got. I think I got this one off of Temu, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was Temu. I just was browsing through there, and I actually bought a few things off of there because I was messing around with Google something, and I had like, they said I had credit somewhere. Wait, hold on to this. They said I had credit somewhere, so I turned it into I don't even know what I did, honestly. It went into my Google wallet and it said I had a balance, or not a balance. Yeah, I had a balance of whatever. And I was looking at as I was looking at this balance, Temu popped up. So I started browsing Temu and it said, would you like to use your Google balance? Like I said, I don't know what it was, whatever it said. Would you like to use a Google money you have, what have you? And I was like, sure, let's just see if it works. So I did that. I ordered it. I ordered this mic. I ordered a beanie for my dog. Not for my dog. I ordered a beanie. It's a Doberman beanie, so it has a picture of my dog on it. So I ordered that. It was a couple bucks. Everything was a couple bucks. So I tried it, and I was like, and it said all you gotta do is pay for shipping. So and it came out to like $6 for shipping. So I was like, all right then, cool. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the shipping. The $6, not a big loss if I don't get it. So we'll see what happens. So I ordered it. And a few weeks after that, I got the items. So I got the items, and then since then I've ordered a few more times off of Temu. So it works. Temu works. It's legit. I haven't had any problems with my bank account yet, as of yet, knock on wood. I haven't had any problems with that. My orders, everything I've ordered has come in. So, and I had ordered that and like some bags I needed for my products, and I'll get into another story about that. I don't want to spill the beans. If you've noticed, some of my vlogs or some of my stories from my Tata's life, I hold back a lot of information because I want to go per my book, and it's my story, So it starts with my birth and it goes into my childhood, teenage years, adulthood, and what have you. So I kind of don't want to spill the beans. So I had to buy bags for my product, so I bought bags and I bought this backdrop, and everything I've ordered off of Temu seems legit. I haven't been disappointed yet. I've heard horror stories about Wish, like they say Wish edition, the Wish edition. So, and I've never ordered off of Wish, but Temu I have, and like I said, I'm not disappointed, so it's all good. I can make a U-turn. Shit, nope. Police right there. Shit. Better not. Woo! Fuck the police. Yep. Fuck the police. I'm just kidding, guys. Let me fuck around like that. Let me fucking around. I don't obey with all. I'm a law-abiding citizen. But I haven't been disappointed by Temu, so that's a good thing. And yep, I'm here at Fry's again. But this time I'm at a different Fry's. I came to a different one because next door to this Fry's, there's a Goodwill. And if you've been following me, I do have a video about how I think YouTube's like Goodwill. Go check that out. If you like, if you don't mind. But I like Goodwill because I can find good things there, decent things sometimes. And believe it or not, a lot of the things in my room, my little YouTube studio is I've built it off of things I've purchased from Goodwill, things I found at Goodwill. So, go ahead, ma'am. Sorry. Your fault. Shit, I was right, guys. The phone overheated. So, but I'm here. And the good thing is it's covered parking right here. And the better thing is it's all solar. So they finally got smart and got covered parking with solar. So let me give you a quick glimpse of that. There it is. There's all the solar. It's all solar over here. That's what the Fry's looks like. And this actually isn't the Fry's that you normally go to, because the one I normally go to is closer to my house. This one's just a few miles further, but I just wanted to change up the view. And the other one I have to drive north, so the sun would be beaming on my left side, and it gets hot quick. And I mean, look at this phone overheated already. I actually just sat here for about 5 minutes with my phone all taken apart against the vents because it got hot. It really did get hot. Even just touching it was hot in my hand. So shit, there you go, dropping the mic. But anyways, I gotta get in here and get this stuff and continue my Goodwill story about how I built the majority of my little YouTube studio off of stuff I found at Goodwill. And so I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, I'm back, guys. It is hot out there. It is stupid hot. There's no way this phone is gonna hold up in this heat, guys. So I'm gonna have to get this one home. I was gonna stop at Goodwill and finish telling you my story. Try to tell you inside there, but real quick. You know what I like to get at Fry's for a snack? Let me show you real quick my snack. Got pineapples. Huge pineapples. They sell it already pre-cut. Sometimes they say, oh, it did. It came with this tahini powder. Everybody gotta have that tahini in here. See, it comes with that tahini. Comes with that, but I'm good. Straight up kind of fella. That's my snack right there. Gotta eat healthy. Everybody talking about losing weight, getting fit. Starts on the inside. Let's start with your diet. Stay away from processed sugars, processed foods. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not a dietitian. But you do gotta watch what you eat. As I open this big ass strawberry soda, I'm gonna open it first and I'll show you guys. Sorry if I'm chewing in you guys' ears. That's the way it goes. Jarritos. You guys ever strawberry Jarritos? This is pretty good. Pretty good stuff. So, and this is a big ass one. This is like a liter. 1.5 liter. Ah, damn. One more bite. I gotta get this on the road. Go make dinner. One thing different tonight, guys, is my granddaughter's not home tonight. She's with my son. So her uncle, she's with her uncle. She's with my son, and my daughter works tonight. My wife works tonight, so I'll be cooking alone again. But the difference is, since we don't have the baby, I can make this dish normal, which calls for it being spicy. I haven't had to buy these in a minute, and today I finally had to buy them. These are called, these are called red peppers, but chili japonés, so, which in English is just Japanese chili, but they call them red peppers. But basically that's it right there. I think it's radio tripping on the car. Anyways, I'm gonna get this show on the road, like I keep saying. One more. And then I can tell you this Goodwill story. I'm tempted on trying just moving the camera so I can talk to you guys while I drive, but I don't want it to overheat again. Who's hot? Hey, I like this cup holder. It'll hold my dang 1.5 liter. Oh, yeah, I don't want the phone to overheat because then I gotta do more in the edits. But I did want to stop at Goodwill, like I was saying, but I'm not going to. It's too hot, and I got these vegetables are gonna get soft on me too quick in here, you guys. It's just literally it's hot. Let's see real quick before we get going before this thing overheats. Watch. 113 degrees. Whew, not bad. And that's because it was overcast most of the day. It looks like we're supposed to get rain later on, but I don't think we are. So it doesn't look like it. But then again, here in Arizona, we get these monsoon storms that just pop up. They pop up out of nowhere. I mean, it could be looking like this, just a little bit overcast. And oh, it's not going to rain. And then before you know it, full-blown storm. Yeah, this phone is definitely going to overheat. I'm facing the sun now. But I can find good stuff at Goodwill, you guys. You know, some of my studio lights I found there. A lot of little knickknacks I found there. Definitely books. I like going there to get my books. Excuse me, the books I get in my room, you know, I get them there, you know, just because we go to Goodwill to browse around every once in a while, see what they got, and I'll have a quick look around, you know, like the tool section, the electronic section, and then if I don't find anything in those two sections, then I tend to just go to the books, and I go to the books, so I find books there, and if they're interesting, then I buy them. They sound interesting, I should say, then I'll buy them. But I'll continue the Goodwill story at the house. I can already see it overheating and I'm losing it. It's getting black. So I'm going to cut it out before it overheats again. I'll catch you guys in a minute. All right, dinner's done. I made my sweet and sour pork with the spicy chili, the chili japonés, over white rice. It looks pretty good. I do say so myself. So, you know what, you guys, have a look. Have a look. There it is. Sweet and sour pork over white rice. So, man, it's hot. It's still hot. So, still haven't really cooled down. So, and I'm not even going to cool down now eating this chili. So, it is what it is, guys. Let me tear into this. And as soon as I'm done here, I'll finish that little Goodwill story. I'll make it quick because I've rambled on enough on this vlog. But it is my vlog. So, let me eat this and then I'll get with you guys in a minute. Well, dinner was good, but now it's time for a drink. So let me make me a drink so I can get back to my story. Oh yeah, little bit of whiskey and Coke, you know, a little nightcap, just to relax, just to take the edge off, you know. Little Jack and Coke, not Jack, little whiskey and Coke. All right, bam, got this ratio down pretty good for this cup. You know, of course, if I was drinking and I had beer and whiskey and everything else in there, it'd be a man cave, but I don't drink that much. I mean, I'm lying. This is it. You know what? Let me turn this around. Let me back up and show you this. This is how it looks when you walk into my room. So, I know it's pretty dark in here, but the sun's going down right now, and I just want to show you this. Look, you see my shadow. Yay! Just kidding. Okay, so when you first walk in, this is what it looks like. There's my desk. There's my bookshelf. Sorry, I know I hit all that mic. There's my bookshelf. Some of my decorations. This area over here is actually my wife's area. This is where she does her nails and sewing kit and what have you. But so what I do is I have a box hooked up to the Alexa speaker, what have you. But that's how I turn my desk on. So, hey Ziggy, turn on my desk. Okay. So that turns my desk on. Okay. Hey Ziggy, turn on my studio light. Okay. And there's that light. Now I know I did another video and I showed you, Luis, about these lights, and real quick, it was a quick vlog, but Goodwill story. So this is my Goodwill story. And it's not really, how do I say this? What this story is about is my hobby. YouTube is being my hobby. So most other hobbies I've ever gotten into, I tend to just go all in or all out and spend money and, buy the best things I can find for that hobby. Instead of trying to confuse you guys, let me give an example. So years and years ago, I was into motorcycles. So I had a Harley Davidson, and when I wanted to buy something, it had to be Harley Davidson. All the clothes I was buying had to be Harley Davidson. And Harley Davidson gear is really expensive, but I had to have it. The jackets had to say Harley Davidson. My helmets had to say Harley Davidson. Anything and almost everything I owned had to say Harley Davidson. And I spent a lot of money doing that. That all said and done, I then got into bicycles, like mountain bikes. And then there again, I wanted to buy the best bikes. I wanted to buy the best accessories. I wanted to buy, the best tubes, the best tires, the best chains, the best. I even went out and bought bike racks to hold the bikes while I'm working on them. Bike stands. I bought a bunch of bike gear. Just spent money. Just kept spending money. So when I decided to make YouTube my hobby, right away, my wife's like, "Oh shoot, here we go," because she knew I was going to probably want to go all in and buy all kinds of stuff. Well, I already had a few things. I had a few lamps. Like this is probably all crooked. I'm still using the same tripod I was using in the car. I'm keeping it simple. I'm not. I don't even care right now. I'm just vlogging, raw dogging it, like they would say. Okay, so I already had a few things. So when I started watching YouTube videos on how to make YouTube videos, of course, it was about the lighting and the sound and the edits and all that. I was just up the wrong alley. I then wanted to start purchasing better lights. I started seeing these uh, pan lights and these face lights and these background lights and the whole 9 yards. So there I go. Started looking and looking for lights, and I started realizing, you know what? I don't want to go down this path again, because then the minute I don't find something that I think I need, I'm gonna quit. And I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that with YouTube. So what I started doing is just implementing what I already had into my so-called studio. I know this isn't by far a studio, but it is my studio. It's my little studio, and but it is a place where I have my books. It is a place where I have my computer, obviously, and um, I started buying little things here and there. One thing, for example, what I was talking about, the lights. I wanted better lights. This light that I'm using now, it's one of those umbrella lights. I'll show you, see if you can see it. See, that's just a simple umbrella light that's sitting on a tripod. Sitting on a tripod right there. I have another one in that corner, but I don't have that one turned on because that one's super bright, and when it bounces off the mirror and the closet there, it's just kind of don't like it. What I'll show you how it looks. I've turned it on before, but I'll do it again. Hey Ziggy, turn on my box light. Okay. See, it's okay. I just don't like how it lights all that up back there, because I like to keep that kind of dark. But that's why I hardly use that. I might end up changing the bulb. Anyways, both of those I bought. They actually came in a bag. They were in their own bag, and they were at Goodwill. I found them at Goodwill. I just happened to walk in one day and we're looking around, and I went straight to the electronics section. They have a camera section where they have tripods and camera gear, and old cameras and what have you. So I went and I looked. And I just happened to see these umbrellas. So I was like, "What are these?" So I opened them up. I'm like, look at that. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Not what I've been looking for, but I'm like, this is something I can use. This is something I need for my studio. something I have seen these YouTubers use. So looked at the price, it was $5. Each one was $5. So I spent $10 on those two lights. One of them already had a light bulb. The one that I showed you the first time, this one, that one, I actually put a smart bulb in there. So I can change the colors. I can adjust the intensity, the brightness. That one, the other one is just a regular spiral light bulb, daylight, so it's super bright. But I can change that too if I wanted to one of these smart bulbs. I just haven't gotten around to it because I hardly use it because I have these other two little lights that I use for my face. And let's see if I turn that off. Hey Ziggy, turn off my box light. Hey Ziggy, turn off my box light. Okay. Sometimes he acts deaf. I have these little lights, and I had seen people selling, like, they were on, I was on TikTok and I seen them selling these tube lights that they put in front of them for light. And I had picked me some up, but see, like this one, that's kind of like a skin tone. Then that's supposed to be white. This one also changes colors. So if I put it on white, I have this one on the side of me, so I'll put skin tone. And then I have one in front of me that's white and then orange. But these things were, I don't know if it's going to reach with the cord. You plug them in USB, so like a phone charger. And there's just these little LED lights, LED bar lights that change colors. That's it. So I usually leave it on the skin tone, like the skin tone color, and just right off to the side right here to light up, see the difference. These little lights I started getting, I started playing with them because I was trying to build this studio, this whole YouTube studio, and I wanted to be a professional YouTuber and just stick in my studio. Then I started doing my book, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting bored just sitting in this room. But I still like, the aesthetics, the setup. I still liked it because I sit here anyways. I read, I write, I go through the computer anyhow. So the lamp in front of me points down to my workstation. So I didn't want that lamp pointing right at me because the light bulb that comes or that goes to that light, it's like it's a smaller threading. So they don't really, it gets hot anyway. So I didn't want it facing me because it gets hot, and I like it pointing down. So what I did is I have this white envelope thing that you can use a white paper, white whatever. So let me show you what I do. So I have my tablet there. There's that light I was telling you about, and there's a lamp. So this lamp gets pretty hot. So I don't like it facing me. So what I do is, to get me a brighter light, is I use this white envelope, and I just place it right here when I'm going to record. Shoot, I was too close. Let me do that again. So I go like that, and I just put it right here. That's all I do. So if I put the phone down right in front of it, around towards me, give it a second to focus, and then watch. You can see the difference. See, just with this white paper. I'll do it again. And there it is. That's it. So once I started finding these two lights at Goodwill, and then I already had these two little lights, I bought a few accessories off of Temu, like I was talking about earlier, the microphone, which I hope this isn't, my necklace isn't hitting it. Like Chris said, that's funny, because I was just watching Chris's video while I was making dinner, and he hit his microphone with his necklace, and he said, rookie mistake. And I was hitting the shit out of it in the beginning of this video. So I'm a rookie, Chris. So I'm learning, though. So be it. I'm learning. And you pointed it out, and I keep doing it. So I'm in here anyway. So I wanted to make the best of what I had. So I just started using what I had. I still was telling myself, you're not going to spend money on this hobby because you already have what you need. That I watched a few videos that just use your phone, just start with your phone, So of course, my algorithm was full of how to start YouTube with just your phone. So that's what I was trying to do, is just use my phone, which is what I'm using now. I'm still using my phone, keeping it simple. Yes, I have a GoPro, but I don't care too much for the audio on that. And right now, outside it just overheats too fast. Even this phone overheated earlier, as you can see, as you saw. But I kept it simple, man. I just kept it simple. I bought a few things from Goodwill because I wasn't going to spend a whole lot of money on this hobby, this YouTube journey, and I still ain't. You know, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of money. I know I keep repeating myself, and I said I've purchased a few accessories, you know, just to make it a little easier, you know. But for the most part, almost every tripod that I have, I found, you know, either at Goodwill or a yard sale or a consignment store. I made another video about a store where I used to go to, and I found my first tripod for the phone, which was nice. But then I was kind of tired of sitting right in front of right in front of the tripod like I am now. So I went and I purchased this thing. It's a self-tracking gimbal. And, you know, this one actually I bought off of TikTok. Was it TikTok? Yeah, it was TikTok. I bought this off of TikTok. You put your phone in here and this thing, it's a camera. Not a camera, it's just like a sensor, so it tracks your face and this whole thing turns. This remote pops off, what have you. I don't even use a remote. But it sits on this base, so you can put your phone on there. And also the bottom, you can unscrew the base and put it on the tripod if the tripod has a screw base, which I have it right here. So this tripod has a screw base right there and also has a phone holder. So you can loosen this, drop this. See, drop this like this. And then that gimbal, whatever the hell, no, it's not even a gimbal, that face tracker then screws onto this part, and then this is the tripod. There's the legs. I got a video on this. You guys want to go check it out? It's my TikTok purchase. That's what the video is called. Go check it out on there. You'll see what it does. I forgot about that. And here I am rambling on. But so I just made a few purchases like that, and that didn't cost me more than 25 bucks. With that, I bought this microphone. What else? These two lights. Everything else that I purchased was pretty much decoration for my room anyways. I like to have it, you know, my style in here. This is like I said, it's not really my man cave. I started calling it my gentleman's study there for a minute. Excuse me, because of the books I have, and I was doing a lot of reading and a little bit of writing. I started a journal. Anyways, I started calling it my gentleman's study. Then, well, now that I started YouTube, and I said in one of my earlier videos that when my daughter told me, see, because my daughter, she's in her 20s. I can't say her age. It's wrong to say a woman's age. She is a woman. She's in her 20s. She'll say she's in her mid 20s. So she's in her mid 20s. So she's kind of in that adult kid stage where I'm old. I'm too old to be cool to her, or I'm not cool to her. I don't know how to say it. Like I'm too old now to do certain things or say certain things. But there's still certain things she wants me to do. For example, YouTube. When I first started telling her about I wanted to do YouTube, she's like, kind of like, you're too old for that, you know. But then once I started explaining to her what I'm doing, how I was doing, da 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 da. Long story short, I showed her my channel real quick and said, hey, uh look how many videos I'm at now, you know, just really not keeping track. I mean, I'm keeping track, but just more or less like, look at, you know, pat myself on the back. Look at how I'm staying on it. You know, I'm staying consistent, and because I'm having fun with this hobby. I really am. I'm having fun. I'm connecting. So I explained all that to her, and she looked at my channel real quick, and she says, dang, Dad, you're not trying to do YouTube. She's like, you are doing YouTube. You have a full-blown channel. You actually have a channel. She goes, you have content. I'm like, and honestly, I still feel right now I'm far from a content creator, YouTuber. I feel like I'm too old to be saying I'm a YouTuber. I'm too old to be a content creator. I know there's guys out there that are my age and older that are doing this, but in my mind, I feel like I am. But now that I'm doing it, I'm like, this is kind of fun. Better than therapy. And like I keep saying, I'm retired, so I'm home alone a lot. So doing this gets my wheels going, gets my mind going. It actually gets my mind off of other things. So other things that would just drag me on throughout the day, time would drag. Not now. Now, it feels like I'm getting my purpose back. Like I'm getting my purpose back. Not only to produce more content for my channel, but to finish my book for my grandkids. And it's getting fun. The stories are getting more and more interesting because it's getting more and more involved into my life, not just when I was born or when I was in school. Now it's starting to get into, my childhood and teenage years. So I'm having fun with it, but I'm going off track of this Goodwill story. Just keeping it simple. That's all I'm doing is keeping it simple. A few knickknacks I buy here and there. Uh, have fun with it, guys. That's all I can say is have fun with it. My little stories sometimes are long. I didn't realize these vlogs are making them so long, but it is what it is. I know sometimes maybe my wife will sit down and watch all these. I won't be able to watch this one. This one's too damn long and I'm talking too much. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this one because you're talking too much. Anyways, I gotta move this jacket. I have a jacket sitting on the chair and the tag's moving, and every time it moves to the corner of my eye, and it's a bright orange, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna close this one out, guys. Get caught up on a few of you guys, see what happens. Till the next one. Good night.